All right, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abuman Kota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network coming to you live from the United States of America. Today, we all know one very important sad news we dominate with social media. We get to do with a 5-year-old girl named Khadiha Saccoh. And a lot of things don't happen this week about this incident will take place, and based on social media and other news, it seems like almost everybody is angry about this unfortunate event will take place in our country, and this also renew national discussion about how we were able to protect we young girls them. If you now remember, about a year and a half ago, when the First Lady and the government come out with some kind of proclamation where they make a bill where they suggest say anybody we rape underage girl or go in prison for life, and this it brings a national debate too. A lot of people believe say that was too excessive, and besides, there is already rules about how for punish the perpetrators of rape victims, and the bill was not actually passed in Parliament because of the toxic environment. Political environments we get in our country today. And now, when this thing happened, it revived that discussion day. So now the discussion we'll get for talk about today. First of all, we want for send we condolence to the families, the parents of Khadiha Saccoh for this heinous crime where they perpetrate against the Pekin. This kind of, barbarism needs to stop. A 5-year-old, you rape a 5-year-old. That is a death penalty, definitely, especially when you take a life. Hold on, let me join Dr. Kamara. So that is a death penalty. I see so many anger in social media. This now one of the things we, in some instance, it bring we together as a nation. I know say some people they want for politicize them, criticize one party over the other, but in entirety, it's brought us together as a nation for make we able to look at some of the heinous crimes the way they take place in our country. So there are certain people who believe say this particular person, the person allegedly, because we all know say anger day, but we also get to be very careful for Allah we know be like the one that na social media we already don't convict the perpetrator in the court of social media, in the court of public opinion. This guy allegedly, they say probably he gets some kind of relationship with the family, and the lady, when the auntie, was part of this crime. This has to be dealt with. Definitely, this is a crime where the law get for take in course. Definitely, justice must be served, because this promising Pekin, very, very beautiful Pekin, it's just too difficult for for describe this type of things. But I want for caution we all, because sometimes emotions they make we they forget about the very things we would fight for our country. That is the fundamental principles of the rights of individual. And unfortunately, those rights also apply to the perpetrators too. If we are to become a modern society, then irrespective of the crime, we also therefore share the fundamental principles of the rights of individual. There is already conviction in the public courts for say this guy na imperfect, na do this thing, this guy the need for killer, in the words of so many people. But we Constitution talks saying a man is innocent in a court of law until proven guilty. So inasmuch as we want for make justice take its course, can we also be mindful of the fact that this person who creates this heinous crime for now is guilty until is innocent until they find out guilty by a court of law? Can we give chance for make justice take its course, or we just want for make them go hang this guy now? This is the thing we I want for law we discuss more. We know say this crime nobody really tolerates that kind of crime here. This could be my daughter. This could be your daughter. And just take that way there for say this could be my child, and get that empathy or that sympathy for the parents. But at the same time, a criminal also has some certain rights until proven guilty, right? So what are we going to do as a nation with this type of heinous crimes where they happen in our country? And what that also tells me whether the First Lady and the President was right, we are right for suggesting anybody who rape a person under 18 years should put to life in prison. I was one of those who believed that it's not necessary, and I still believe that it is not the amount of laws in the book that is matter. It is the will by the lawmakers for make they implement their laws than they. We already get a law where it talks in if somebody have a rape, have sex with an underage, that person the minimum is about 15 years, right? That law they been on there for a very, very long time. Na the books. I don't know whether for bring another law to life in prison without the will for implementation go make any difference. And that was some of the arguments where some of we they put say, let's try to use the existing law and try for enforce the rule. We have to do that. But just packing rules on top of other rules them without the will for implementation, it don't make sense. And besides, this crime actually gets two violations. We get a law, now we book, where it talks say, if someone is convicted of murder, he should be put to death. So, without bringing other rules, laws, and other things, this crime already gets a rule where can be used against whoever is the perpetrator. The alleged boy picking way commits this crime. But I see also there are people who want for politicize this particular incident, and that's not a surprise to me at all, because it is who we are today as a nation. We politicize every single thing. Every single thing we politicize. Even hold on, let me make sure. Okay. We politicize every single thing now with society. This now unfortunate death, we all get for rally together. So we get few people that we want for politicize them for their own political gain. And that the more the very essence of trying for get a national, dialogue about girls violence, So please, ladies and gentlemen, when I they watch when I they listen at the radio, can we put we emotions and we political ambitions aside and try forget a national dialogue for see who side will they go wrong with girls violence, and try for come up with a cohesive solution towards this problem. Maybe this particular incident now a rallying factor for we all for think about how we do things, just like what happened with George Floyd case now American I am, we give the opportunity for everybody in the world for highlight the problems of racial discrimination now America and other parts of the world. So let's do this, okay? Whoever committed this crime should be dealt with according to the law. But for now, we only have allegations against somebody. So we should not treat that person now like say a guilty. Even later, if we get for found and guilty, if the law get for found and guilty, he's going to be punished. He's going to face the ultimate punishment according to the law. But let we try for spread, in as much as we get with emotions so high, let we try for spread the principles of the individual innocent until proven guilty. I want for let we do that too. It is very, very important too. Because if we only focus on the victim, which is very, very good, now a thing what we're supposed to do, but let we not convict the alleged perpetrator now a court of public opinion. If we do that, then what thing get for happen? Let's say probably the way we get this case not to so it be, and it will be very difficult for make the law or the people where they get for dispense justice for make the able become fear to the perpetrator. Like that make let we be very, very careful. So let me bring in we commentators them. Let me start with let me see the list here. Let me start with Americano. Americano, go ahead and what are your opinion on this matter, and why you think that the people are so emotional that we actually forget about the principle of fairness in any society?
Well, I want to say good day to everybody, to the commentators, the listeners, and all the audiences around the world where they listen to our teaching. First and foremost, man, with that, and the others.
American, you may probably come a little bit near your phone. Oh, American just left. So let me go to Mr. Cabo while Americano I will try to get her back. Mr. Cabo?
Yeah, Mr. Makota.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of can you make the first possible?
Okay, Baibure. Let's go to Baibure. Okay, yeah, okay. We are hearing now, Mr. Americano. Go ahead.
All right. What is now in the case based on the society with the norms of the society? This way happen when they say that he raised a 5-year-old daughter. When you think about religion comes first, on the Muslim part of it, on the Christian part of it. And even the one that will not belong to them two religions, but the cultural atmosphere, the practice of the culture and beliefs. You begin, your sister, your auntie, I don't call you mama. You even your first cousin with very few trust and a salon where they even met with first cousin. Nothing will not for even cross your mind. Nothing that will not grow up for let them cross your mind. For see your sister, you go out for even stay around them in a way inappropriate. Not to talk about when I get people na the rich or see are even naked. So when you think about their norms here and like for them a dad of all people, their suspicion that they try to play with you between their differently. Now they know do you not do nothing you are the old God don't halaki or let them even inside with it. When they know then they try to do something to you close to killing you if possible. So that thing and then I think that way before we own time, according to Papa them na taboo, na still when they not even talk about because it's fearful for talk about. So for there we get at least more than time where this man here is there, find out or find and guilty. At them more than times where the woman the way they around. The woman, the full-grown woman, the way they around, we not get man, where they look for man. So they know I'm married, they just want forget because that's man, they just want sexual interaction. He left all that one day. I hope they no go find that this. But if they find that this, we no go for the death penalty, but I will vote, if not vote, I will vote for laying in jail for the rest of the life and laying in a hard labor. Because if I hard labor now, I will jail system. You know, when they incarcerate somebody, the hard labor, they way, so then the 2 weeks, you know, they come on and do, you know, they better food. They maybe chance for once a week. And all that in a way inhuman, let it go and do that. So now they need to tap so far, man to tap. As a man we believe in God, as he say, now one of the worst crimes the woman will commit. Now this world there will be.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. Now we go to Baibure. Baibure, go ahead with your own opinion on this issue. Baibure, come a little bit now near the phone.
Yeah, I greet all man and the radio, the audience, both at home and abroad, any part of the world. Well, this issue, only me they take on this issue, one, is a little bit complex. Lot of accusations surround the death of this young innocent kid. We are so relatively, and I want to extend condolence to the family. The very sad what happened. What people want for more broad and thinking about issue like this is that the child's rights and supervision and protection, that in some countries the rates are up to 18 years to keep for the other parental control. From educational theories then say age up to age 22, some they go up to 25. Anything will happen to that young within the as parents or as an institution, they are blamable, they are responsible, they are still innocent, they don't know their neighbor. So supervision or failure to supervise the pikin who will learn as to maintain the I believe say what they let out punishment more thing of that because for a lot purposely or basically why they let out punishment and for deter or for prevent the recurrence or future crime. So I think the parents they only neglect or fail for provide the necessary supervision of our pikin or they neglect them to an extent they become prey and they become victims of that kind of situation. And then I think they will be punishable. Let them be equally be punished, if not by the perpetrator or very close to the perpetrator. And one more wicked thing because when the parents and people if you don't take care of the pikin can't get it like this. Instead, it could be violent and moving, provide the necessary supervision. If they don't get the necessary supervision, maybe they don't be for any life that kind life can end to. Now, that part they need to drive for improve life for. And as I say, there are a lot of conspiracy or there are a lot of allegations like that. I go want to have the opinion for make the situation continue on hold because I'm not going to provide information
so the point here, I think I agree with you, Mr. Bible. I totally agree with you. That is why I earlier talk say yes, we not say this now. One of the most heinous crimes we they not ever commit now we society, and that is raping a 5-year-old girl. You rape a 5-year-old girl to death. Yes, everybody go get emotions, but at the end of the day, we also forget this the fundamental principles of the rights of citizens, right? And let we not take let we not judge because of emotions until let the law bring justice to whoever is guilty of this particular heinous crime. I totally agree with you, by the boy. Let we go to Bami. Bami, go ahead.
Mr. Marcos, I will yield to the other brother first. Let him go ahead, then I can come after that person.
All right, Dr. Kamara. Dr. Kamara, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Makota. Good afternoon, fellow commentators, viewers, and listeners. This is a very delicate matter, and I will talk on them specifically on a broad term. I want people to look at this issue of rape going on in our country very carefully.
Yep.
And this is another time in my life where I have become ashamed as a Leone at the eyes of the public, not the international world, and even in America. Yesterday I go to supermarket. I met one Ghanaian. They work at the supermarket where they bring the trolley the way you can buy for it. But I just feel 3% as Salonian. That's a Rakusha everybody. I'm not a Salonian, no. I don't rape.
Really?
No, I tremble with that. That's where you from. The say I'm from Ghana. Now I say a year old. Now I say Boko. I say, you know what? I spoke to you because I thought you were always African and you have feelings. But I don't appreciate that reply. It's not all Sudanese.
Yeah, that was a little bit too sarcastic.
So, well, that just show you one thing. I mean, in a similar manner, I was in a league where I've been riding old people then. the old lady said, "Oh, young fine man, look how tall you are. I'm proud of you. Say, where are you from?" Last time from Sierra Leone. I said, "So, let me get out of this. I don't want my limbs to be cut off." That same day, after the Rebel War. You see, oh my goodness. Kotame Benifat will talk about incest with some people that they go after their relatives, immediate relatives. I mean, they get some cases that will not be the practice in some other countries. Some people, them, they are stepfathers, not real fathers. But even then, how do I know when it became the time? Type of complaint we began. A 5-year-old, they get gonorrhea and they try for look. And you will suspect until you prove otherwise. When you think of a rape case, you know that means for being a 5 years. We are not talking of a 5-year-old. What about the 3-year-old? I don't know how the really work that the life normal. Now, you think of you clear up another thing, then you talk of particular rape. I mean, all that million, I mean, it's a 7 years jail straight away there. You think of other countries where you talk of rape. Oh my friend, this thing will happen on a Monday or Tuesday. Yesterday was a Friday, like Saudi Arabia, that was any trouble like anybody again. They're not got that. No, it's a fact. But here is, by and large, we get to examine looking at the causes of rape. When people go in a bush, when they turn to army man during war, women become vulnerable. When people take addicts, narcotics, it all happens. I've been there in Grassfield, in my brother house, by Bodos, and there are other entertainment places that will be around. Believe me, where the early morning become, are they really, where the beginning say, they rape me. People in the past, they say, the rapists them, then get a gang of people that surround that killing the raper. The perpetrators, they say, they can see any back that became when they carry fire. It is so rampant and so common in Sierra Leone. We have to take this very serious and make a very hard rule for any rapist, irrespective of the age of the person. You woman say, "Who are you woman?" If you force them, that's a rape. We don't have the woman business. What about Pekin? We don't have in a virgin. It all almost preserve itself to be a very good human being, child, woman, where nobody knows it is no alarm except a husband. Some ragamuffin. We get 8. They go perpetrate for them. It inflicts that injury. So when we look at all these programs, yes, I think to say a life imprisonment now the lesser of the crime to me. It depends on the other system. Of course, we're not much sophisticated, but I think that we'll further investigate and we try for assassin to get to be very righteous in the accusation because of like in life or other people that we don't see. I think only 2 weeks ago or 3 or a month, they see one challenge with, America got challenge with one black man that sentenced him for rape and murder for 17 years. It takes 50 years, 90 any exonerator for say is innocent. 50 good years, they rob him of the life and life. So delicacy is very delicate. It is science day, even the ordinary, here, if they're able to get out, that can arise the perpetrator in DNA as against if he able, I don't know if it's African, he can
So, so this is where, doctor, this is where the problem is. I don't know whether they get any DNA testing in Sierra Leone, because that would have been the best way then go able for a certain for say yes, this person actually raped this person, right?
At the time, being in a very simple test, they should, with all the whole about the way they go around with the medical something, I presume one or two facilities will get that. Either and then for doing independently, the police forget that because the police forget the forensic unit, the forensic department.
And officer we police nas alone then get some more. I don't know.
Well, the army should have, or even the other extra private clinics and the Chinese, when they exhaust the possibilities. This is what I'm saying. The person in DNA, it can be, if you, for instance, the person is struggling, I mean, they will find, they crash the person under a nail stem, they will find the steps, the skin, they will find the hair, the sperms, the blood, clot. We already see some blood clots, but then get some fluorescent like the way the carpet, if you point at it, they will show, they can scrape them. I mean, they exhaust, let them exhaust the investigation properties here.
Well, Doctor, you brought up a very good point. Sorry for interject, since this is an interactive stuff. You brought up a very good point for say the need for exhaust. But the fact here now is the influence where the First Lady and the President, who actually are the Commander-in-Chief of the, supposed to be the head of law enforcement or whatever. Now that, things say, because of this influence, the First Lady don't come say, he gave 24 hours, the police for make them come with something. Don't you think probably that will derail the actual investigation where then will able to ascertain whether yes indeed this person is the one that creates this havoc?
Well, I don't know, but I think the First Lady initiative is very good, and because of that, if we don't get funding, on this, I think if we don't think of them here for say they will happen and they get for use them one day. So the body then they cut back for prove the owners of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. So these are some of the things that we as may try to arrive at for say it's easier said than done. But some things in the way actually very explicit.
Well, I think Bashir will make a very good point. Okay, hold on. Let me just bring, I think, in the call. Bashir will make a very good point in terms of there is no DNA database in Sierra Leone. Is that true? You get any idea, Doctor?
They should have, because PCR and other things, where they tried for check on this Ebola from that time to now of this Corona or COVID, whatever I call it. Sorry, I know how to call it Corona or DV. So I think they should have, the foreign NGOs, they should be able to assist up to this point. Or they can borrow the, further, because personally when you collect them, you can able to fly them to Ghana, to Guinea, to South Africa, to America overnight.
Babi, they try for talk.
Well, let me touch on that.
Not to me. Go ahead. Not to me.
Okay. All right. Doctor, wrap up. Let me go to the next person.
Okay. So the Americans say we should have, on a broad basis, the NGOs and other, private entities that were able. Now, very simple thing.
Yeah, I will be surprised if the entire country not get a DNA database. Well, they don't get a national database, but there must be some.
What who comes to the case in question? This not to honor, kill or honor something. If we actually the perpetrator a member of the family, and the allegations are not there for say it's not the first time, it's the second child with one. It gives me an eyebrow here. So then why keep it? And this is just like an abuse. If you see something, say, they sensitize the nation for say something they go on, shumu shumu, tell the police, tell this. That's the prevention of crime here. This is where somebody will be tried for talk, voting parents or the guardian they do.
All right, thank you very much, Doctor. I will come back to you. Lowy,
let us just round off the punishment we are the type of denier. Anybody with a case for say in a rape, instead let us sodomize and stick. Let him know I between the pill.
Repeat your punishment again.
Anybody with a case if they rape somebody, one of the systems where they group and the punishment, made a sodomizer with big stick, put on a rectum, shut up, let him feel the pain.
That's too graphic, Doctor. I don't think so. No, we are a civilized nation. I don't think so we're supposed to do so.
Make them stop very picture where they rape people then. Wait, not necessary. We are getting stigmatized in the world.
I understand. I know say we are all emotional, but then I think if you say somebody is a monster, you're not supposed to be a monster again, because there is no difference between you and that person. There are so many ways we're supposed for punish them people then they.
Then they cut the neck. They don't get for the next thing.
I not say you come over from Saudi Arabia, but we are not Saudi Arabia. I think we are better than Saudi Arabia.
All right. Well, that will see what did happen. Let them continue for the rape nation.
No. If they find out guilty, Doctor, if they find out guilty, the best thing we will get for do, now two crimes away the person don't commit, allegedly, the killing of the girl and the raping of the girl. So both actually get.
Death on arrival, DOA. Where if you say dead on arrival, they don't get anything. They don't come. If they prove say that him, let them just kill the person back. So that's for them.
Okay. All right. Now, Bami, don't ready? Or Mr. Cabo, don't ready? Before we go to Bashiru.
Go to Mr. Cabo.
Mr. Cabo, if you're not ready, would you go to Bashiru?
Right. Okay. I'm here, Cabo.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Cabo.
All right. Good afternoon, TPN Radio. Both commentators and listeners. This is Cabo from New York. It's an unfortunate situation which took place in Salome regarding this death of the miserable death of this young girl by the name of Khadiha Saccoh at the age of 5. Now, but there are so many questions that one may ponder to ask, and with regards to this situation, we know the big word here is rape, and rape is an alarming word in the whole world. I mean, people who get children, also young girls or even grown-up women.
Yeah.
A word which is very obvious, and people are frightened about it. That's correct. But the case with regards to Khadiha Saccoh, one forgets this first as we all deliberate whether actually a rape has been established. Because why I'm asking is that there are so many factors, so many contributors, so many characters in the situation that leads to the death of this lady. One of the characters I made to understand, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, is that it was not a rape. Some people say it was she was circumcised. Through circumcision, she died, and they don't want to discover that or to.
Hold on, Mr. Cabo. Are you saying one of the sources or the information where they for say this is not actually a rape, now circumcision goes wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
That's yeah, I have that information clear that it was circumcision they were trying to cover up, allegedly saying that because they know it is a heinous crime and that it will be against because of the issue of circumcision came into Africa or Sierra Leone, it's going to be a big problem. But circumcision to raping unto leading to death, I don't know which one is greater, which one has more intensity. And the next other school of thought is that, okay, it's all based on circumcision and all based on rape,
but also we found out that the girl died at the end. Either one that took place, the girl died. She lost her life, and we made to understand also she was bruised. She had some bruises, and her neck was broken. Now, based on the rape and the circumcision allegations as alleged, we found out that they were rushing. Either one of them is true, and they were rushing her, the girl, to the hospital through a motorbike, and then she fell from the motorbike, and that's how she sustained the bruises and the broken neck. Yeah. So all this, to my own perception or perspective, I found out that the fact has not been established yet, but yet the fact is within this surrounding, and I want that to be established first. Then I come to the alleged victim, the young boy who was allegedly accused of raping the girl. I know that should have been a preliminary investigation, and when they get this preliminary investigation should be ready now under the hands of the authorities. It should be ready because it's been a while now, like a couple of days now. So the preliminary investigation should be ready now. Now, what I believe they must have spoken to this gentleman. What did he say? Did he actually accept? Did he actually agree that he raped the girl? What did he say? If it is a rape, what will prove that it was this young boy, just like Mr. Dewara mentioned, with the DNA and other things? What did he prove? What can prove that connects this young guy to this rape?
Well, this is
according to conspiracy theories, Mr. Mankota, let me just give you a little. According to conspiracy theories, we found out that after all these things being done, especially with circumcision and so on, these are all a bunch of lies that are hit on the young boy because they were trying to cover up something. So, I mean, what is it that they are trying to cover up? The rape or the circumcision? And then came in this boy. I made to understand this boy was just presented to cover up a situation that leads to the death of this girl. Now, so there are a lot of theories which we still don't understand yet. But I'm blaming the government because it's taken too long for them to get the answer now to start where to get him the actual act. What happened?
Yeah.
That's where the state is lacking, because if it is a rape, they should be able to establish now that it is a rape, and then they go further with the findings. Now, if it is circumcision, they should be able to establish now that this is based on circumcision, and they go along with the findings. If the girl died because she fell from a Honda while she was rushing her to the hospital, and she sustained a broken neck and bruises, then this should have been established. Now, but we don't get this, so they left us pondering. So that's the only problem I have. And right now, I'm asking for the fact. What actually happened?
Yeah. You brought up.
This is where I am now.
All right.
Before I could say anything. So what I'm saying is, please, Mr. Mankota, I'm just recommending before I to conclude. In TPN, we are customary of we have a custom of having situations like these conversations and deliberating them, but we don't do. I'm not sure whether we do follow-ups. So when we finish with this today, let it don't be the end. Let us get the follow-ups as to what the result, what was actually what actually causes the death of this girl.
So this was what I did. Quite a couple of days ago, I sent out a message to the first lady and trying for ask her if he should say this now rape, because in name and in credibility they on the line. That make you therefore be very careful when you now national figure, when you raise something, make sure say you get a fact before you come out. But he not reply me. I say I want to know exactly whether he don't confirm now for say this is a rape or something else. So he can, but I see he can say it, because the first ultimatum he give 48 hours the police for make them they investigate this for make them come with. Then after the 48 hours he give another 24 hours. So we don't know from that time. We know hearing nothing from my aides, and like I said, in as much as this now heinous crime, we also get for realize say a man is proven innocent until proven guilty in a competent court of law. So, and right now, this young man, I'm not saying he is innocent, but this young man, in this particular political situation, it would be very difficult for make he get fair trial. Now God, now they help no more now because powerful voices don't come, the entire nations don't come upon them. So it will be very difficult for make he get a fair trial. Now we'll go to Bashiru. Bashiru, go ahead.
Abu, can you hear me?
Come a little bit near the phone.
How about now?
Yeah, okay, it's better.
Alright, so a couple of things I want to talk about. Just listening to Mr. Kawo, Mr. Kawo came up with theories of the sources, which has never been an official source, right? There's a source that it's a bondo business or female circumcision. There's a source that she break her neck from her Honda and all these different things. And somehow it's the fault of the police that all these sources are out there because they did not come up or establish facts so early. All the sources so far, all the official sources so far has got to what place that it was great, right? And even in the US where we are, I feel like sometimes these days we tend to try to hold our police to a standard that doesn't even exist anywhere in the world. Okay. In the US, if that same thing happens in the US, they will maybe put out charges just to hold the person in place. But the case and the fact, they will take time to build it. It doesn't get built in 2-3 days. Okay? This type of cases, I think you should always be very cautious when somebody tries to rush this type of cases. Take your time and come up with a fact what happened.
Yeah.
Our justice system started to go based on what the internet is saying. It's not going to be justice.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
We can actually point out the question about, they say they're born, they're born prisoner, they're born Pandeba Road prison. Do we have facts? Can you give me videos of them doing this? We can come up with so many different questions. We can question anything, but you cannot come up with conspiracy theory and then hold the government accountable for why they've not answered this conspiracy theory. It's not their job. Their job is to find the fact. That's what the police job is. Is to find the fact and follow the fact. Okay? And like I said, credible sources so far has been pointing to a rape. Okay? A motorbike breaking neck, different things that born from society, now this, now that, now that. Again, these are all conspiracy theory. I bet you Salon, WhatsApp, and other few weeks, it's going to come up with something else. It's going to come up with another reason. But forget that. Really what I wanted to comment about is our tendency to, when these type of things happen, to come with this false outrage. We come out to talk as if we really care. But the reality is we don't give a crap about what happens to kids that are being raped in that country, boys and girls. Nobody give a crap about it. We come and talk about it like we did. Just like the president, about a year ago or so, came out about it's going to be a state of emergency on rape. It's all this craziness. It's going to be life imprisonment and all this stuff, right? But when you peel back on that, nothing was really done. Nothing was done to actually protect kids. Because the goal should be protecting the people who have been raped. Okay? Killing people for murder has not stopped murders. Doesn't stop murderers from committing murders. Okay? If killing people was what's going to stop it, people will not be killing anybody anymore. So this knee-jerk reaction to just punish, right? Or if we make the punishment more heinous or more graphic, then it will stop somebody from doing it. No, it will not stop anybody from doing it. There's still a rape is still a rape. Regardless of what crime you come up with. What type of punishment you come up with. They still don't rape and do what they want to do. Okay? What we as a society, okay, have to do is look at this holistically. What do we do to prevent kids from being put in this situation in the first place? What do we do to protect kids? Right? We have laws. The laws of India. You can improve the law of punishment, but that doesn't do anything to safeguard the kids. So, I think, I'm not sure if it's Saccoh or the doctor that says this was supposedly the second time. Okay? The first time, why the people who knew about it the first time, why they should be in jail right now? It's that the doctor will allude to this. In the US, right, if a patient tells him, I saw a younger patient tells him that they were raped, if he fails to report that, he will lose his life and end up in jail. Okay? Failure to report should be a crime. Last year, the president made something about it that it's illegal for the parents to go have Al-Abatala Muhammadu on his site and end the case there for rape, right? That it was a state offense, so they have to go through the court system. How much effort do you think they put behind that declaration to actually affect the change in the society? How much have they gone to the villages to force that? If your kid is raped, you have to report it. If you don't report it, it's actually a crime. How much effort have they really put into that?
Well, that is.
We talk about these things, but we don't do anything about it.
Well, that is why earlier I talked saying the laws are there in the book, but the willingness for America to implement the law is what is lacking in our system. You know, so now we go to Bami, you don't ready now?
Real quick, I will finish. So really quick, Abu. If you really prosecute the law to the letter, all these politicians will fall, the Paquitos and the 16-year-old, the 15-year-olds that they're sleeping with will fall a victim of that law. That is why they look on the other side.
And that is the problem.
5-year-old, but then they sleep with the 15-year-olds.
And that is the problem exactly. The will is not there, and the law is applied differently to different people. You know, that is where the problem is. You know, so you can get 200 laws in a book for the same crime. If none of the laws then they apply unfairly, it's not going to work. Bami, go ahead.
Well, Mr. Mankota, just like what everybody does say, the bottom line is we don't even get the proper answer from this case here. You see, before anybody will be able to make any type of sound decision, you understand, eh? Because we get 3 different stories from this issue. And second of all, this guy, nobody not tell me yesterday, and then they say they raped this, where do they rape from the public? They raped this little girl. But how they kill her? Nobody not tell we not yet. And the autopsy where them they claim say somebody been on do, why they not do a second opinion too? Independent autopsy by the family member them or any concerned individual them. Because you know that confusing, I say confusing comes to Mankota. I don't know again waiting for something that comes to waiting to go on, waiting at the right or waiting at the wrong. You understand it?
Yeah.
And then the same token again, let them go punish an innocent person just for letting the score point.
And that is my concern right now.
Right. Let them figure out because how they don't talk about this. They don't do the rape for 5-year-old kid. How, where, and when, and what did kill her? Nobody knows. I don't know if anybody gets any kind of understanding or relationship towards what kill this begin. You understand? And nobody knows what I hate. So the argument that we put on the table to most of the commentators then and the listener there, what kill this begin? How? How did Pikin die? Because all what they say, they're not going to say they rape this Pikin, they rape and say they kill her. That statement they are not area.
There are Yeah, Gary, one very very respected person wey talk say he get another information about this, but because of investigation is going on, no one for make influence or tamper the investigation, but it seems for insinuates some kind of a conspiracy theory about this particular case. You know, come out and tell you exactly what theory is that, but it seems like there is something more to this than the way we within a social media would think. But who knows, you know? And
Exactly.
yeah, go ahead.
Just like when they get incidents because the government of the day so concerned, let them bring all their old cases then to book. If they really want, whether they address the rape, would they say they address the rape? Not so if they address the rape, let us bring the whole rape case them when they not happen within a couple of months or within this year. Let them bring those people and they to book so that we begin to teach people and say, you know, can't do anything here, so we go cause death to anybody. You understand? Eh? So I think those are the kind of questions we from the outside for always they ask. What about those people women they say rape that one woman from other part of the country? What they say that before Bush go watch so they attack and then whatever they do to her. What about other incidents of rape?
All right. Here is another puzzle to this particular issue, and again for do with I think the this speaking in Big Sister, where then say na Aissata Kabah, the former wife of late President Tijan Kabah, then say that picking back himself, he been get some kind of rape incident. So I don't get no clear understanding, and some people then say this is not the first time when this picking they do this or something. So this case is becoming more confused every time. You know, you hear other things. It's very very difficult. So I don't know. Round up, Bami.
Abu, one of the things that's causing confusion is the first lady injecting herself in this thing.
I agree with you. Totally agree with you.
Power, there's a way you can influence investigation. There's a way you can support victims.
Yep.
Okay? The First Lady's office has no legal power in any country in the world. No legal power to work in that office. So for that First Lady to come and demand from the police that you need something in 24 hours, 48 hours, that's an abuse of power.
That's an abuse of power and trying to influence the case. True.
Okay? That people can call. There's a political way you can do that. There's a way you can call the IG that I'm very concerned about this case. I really need this to be expedited. But you can publicly insert yourself as if you're the one in charge. The president, even the president doesn't have the right to do that. Because these things have to be, there's differences in how they should be influenced. The police should not feel extra pressure from political pressure to do their job. So I said there are ways to do this, but our First Lady is, I don't know, to me I feel like there's a better way she can do some of these things. There's a way to advocate for people, but you cannot come out this way, say things that you don't have. You know, it's very scary.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And the First Lady, I think in this case, and I talked in my monologue earlier that there are people who want to politicize this. This is one of the things then where, because of your position as society, you're able to influence certain things without even asking somebody for say, I want you to make you do this. And this is exactly now they go on. I'm not saying this speaking way they're accused may not do this, but you as a First Lady, this is not your role. You know, they go demand for say you give police the investigators 24 hours. This is really very very worrisome. You know.
All right, Mr. Mankota. With Mr. Mankota and the gentleman who just tested the issue of the First Lady. What are actually the words of the First Lady? Because when situations like this happen,
happen. We know that we expect prominent people of the country to come and say something. And if they don't say something, in fact, they blame them more. The more they become silent, the more they blame them. They say, they see them, they don't care, they don't come out with their statement. Now, what are the words of the First Lady? What demand did he make? And how does those demand tantamount to politicization?
Okay.
I want to understand because I don't get them.
All right, thank you very much.
Because if the First Lady demanded a speedy report, I mean, at least a pace where we can hold, just like I am very much concerned because the rape war, they just used it. We don't even have a grip whether it is actually rape. These are just words flying. And there are so many things on the line in this situation as we are hearing from conspiracy theories. So if I think what the president, I believe if according to what you said, if the First Lady has to make something and demand an answer within 24 hours, is to bring a concrete, a solid point where we can start the investigation.
Okay. All right. We'll get your point.
Yeah. May that be an undue pressure on the police. You don't know where they are. You give them 24 hours. That's it to give you answer.
No.
That pressure that is unnecessary. You can answer.
No. Mr. Gabo?
No.
Mr. Gabo?
Investigation.
Mr. Gabo? Mr. Gabo?
Right. To come up with answers for you. When we talk about investigation, you force people to make decisions that normally might need time to make the right decision.
Mr. Gabo?
Let me come in.
No. Before you come in, let me come in first. Hold on, Mr. Gabo. Mr. Gabo, hold on.
With a decision, a situation doesn't warrant the final investigation, but something to hold on, a concrete thing.
No. You know, Mr. Gabo.
And the 24 hours shows how serious the matter is.
No, Mr. Gabo.
For the nation.
Mr. Gabo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very much. First of all, you got to understand, say, the First Lady now somebody when a powerful person in the country. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a murder case. This is a rape case, which is very, very important and very, very complicated. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
If the First Lady been one for do a better job, because in flag bearership of in projects, one of them is hands off our girls, which we understand now influence some of the decision, right? I think waiting if I been saying, if I been just come and say, okay, we don't say this now a very, very emotional case, and but justice has to take its course. Let we give chance to the police for make them do a thorough investigation. But when you say I give the police 24 hours for make them give me something, you are forcing your influence into the police. Now, salon we will not get all the materials there. We don't be just talk about DNA test way supposed to be one of the easiest way. That's not an influence, Mr. Kabo.
I don't read it that way. I don't read it that way.
Well, yeah, you get right for making only the soul, but that is the fact.
First and foremost, the First Lady has the right to come up and speak, and that's what he has done.
All right, hold on. Let me give other people a chance. Would that be say? Can I speak?
Yeah.
All right. First of all, let me go to Baibure. Doctor, wait. Baibure, you get 1 minute, then we'll go to Doctor.
Well, me just want to remind people that very recently, the Attorney General issued a directive or a statement. It warned individuals, organizations, may not interfere with police conduct.
Exactly.
That paper they did in circulation. And for the First Lady, I wish before don't be, put this as if the matter is about the First Lady. I try to be very guided. I don't want to digress. I want to focus on the very issue. But since something don't come for ask if you do wrong, well, I wish before be more guided.
Yeah.
For maybe for put a word or a status on this matter where you not go.
Influence.
The loss of the government, well, even the Attorney General just don't put today.
They don't interfere what the police they do. The police will be independent when they carry out the investigation. Now men they just go produce because the first lady said it. Oh.
All right, thank you very much. Now we go to Doctor. Doctor, you get 1 minute.
All right. Yeah, I was going to make the same reference of the Attorney General, the advice. But here is something where our for talk, we go prevent, we go help we plan to them pedophiliacs, as we call them. We parents them, what could they learn for the talk to begin them? From as early age, but say anybody where they touch you inappropriately, they can't tell me. Make them begin to certify the nation on that. Some people, some relatives, and they come, then they begin to play with this time he west, this time he that. No, then kind of statements, and they as they begin and say, hey, I could be you are Saturday. What could begin to guide with. No, honestly, I'm telling you, yeah. And also, for people that where they try for they start to begin them at an early age, may they stop their habits today. And I make us say, if you see something, say something. Make a school of thought today where we begin for nurture this type of education. Answer for our guys can be one, the school can be two, the mosque and the church can be that, because today we have a lot of people them where they go into drug addiction, and even somebody with this type of mention, some of we big papi them where they're very moral.
Unfortunately,
no, from where? No, I mean that you not done it.
No, you time not done.
Every papi themselves, men left for the father they begin where they able born and all that in the day.
Thank you very much. Quickly, Ahmed Kanu and Bashiru. Now left no more now. If we not get anything for say, then we go close.
Well, I go down. What do you get?
1 minute.
Not to plenty. Then what do you get for this? Then investigate the matter, this idea of rape. They are dealing with and therefore take very seriously in the scenario, because even now we don't see them. When it became small number and say, I go fat, you know, when you know even there's anything, they say, well, this now some pretty white. That person, they could come around now.
Engagement, neither means I go passport. Engagement.
Yeah, well, engagement, with fact, not to the same move.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you don't know, but sure, you get 1 minute if you want to say something. Bashiru, if you not get anything for say, okay. Let me just conclude by thanking everybody who can at the program for can discuss. One thing number way I want. One thing.
I have something to say. I was waiting for Mr. Kanu to finish.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, you don't always. First of all, you don't keep Mr. Kanu in time. I'm the count. I see if he said.
No, Mr. Kanu. That's Mr. Kanu, not Kanu.
Mr. Kanu, sorry.
Mr. Kanu.
Mr. Kanu want bring another talk, and that make a cut off.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I think it's about time we finish. Sensitization works. So for some certain things, for you to change human behavior, okay, it's through pain and pleasure. For to change human behavior, okay. So for some people that say stop this, stop that, you have to actually start punishing people for it. When you marry a small pikin, you actually have to go start this your time for this, okay? That's how people will start doing it. But we just go outside there, okay? First of all, they marry this kid, but after 2 years, they move to a new wife. So it's not like a long time for them. So sensitization does not do anything to help the situation. The laws are in the books. We need to start holding people accountable. The first lady is coming from a position of good intent. The way she went about it, it's just wrong. There's a better way to do these things. You can be taxed. how you do it. You can put pressure on the police chief to get you to expedite this, but you cannot be coming out in the public and say I keep the police 24 hours. That's not wrong.
All right. Thank you very much. So I just want to thank everybody we don't come for can discuss this. This is very, very important. This is a national debate we suppose for to talk once in a while, especially at this particular moment. One thing we have to understand, we are a young democratic nation, and everything we do now na kind of templates for make we get for use in the future. So I so worry when we try for use influences for certain situations. This person, this alleged boy, we then say na in grip this speaking kill him. We need for give union rights too, for make he go stand in a court of law, for make the courts found and guilty. Now we not use derogatory words against him, because right now he is alone. He don't get power. He don't get power right now. Whether this rape na induam or not, we don't know. As of now, we don't know. So let we give the innocence until then go prove him guilty. We don't say na a heinous crime where nobody not happy about that. But let we balance with emotions them, so we're not go able to do things them way they also hurt other people them unintentionally. So let we give this.
Mr. Makota, yeah. We also they talk on Islam when somebody rapes somebody, you can forget 4 witnesses and wait them for no say. They're not a lie. So nobody not fear. So I just agree to that. Let them do a thorough investigation. Maybe the culprit system that big boss will get charged not to be about it.
Doctor, I want to ask this question. How old is that boy?
I think they say 15.
How old?
They say 15, 16.
Oh man, there's a problem in this case. There's a big problem. There's a big problem.
Huh?
What the other Islamic school of thought say? The other Islamic school of thought will say, what they do alcohol bad. They put one baby, they put the net, they put the rum. They say when the man he drink the rum, he lost his intestine. When he lost his intestine, now he rapes the pikin. When he rapes the pikin, when he say don't point out, now he takes the net, he kill him.
Okay. All right.
All right, Mr. Mangota.
Yeah. Quickly.
Yeah, quick question. Yeah, I think there are more things to be done with this case, because
I agree.
the boy is 15 years old, and we can say it's a minor. And I want to know the laws of Sierra Leone, what they cover with minors when they commit crimes like this. And all this has to come to play. So, I mean, this case has a lot of things to do.
I understand. I totally agree. That make us say, let us be careful, because
the guy is a minor, and why do they use a minor? Well, I mean, we don't even know if it's a rape yet. Let's try to find out.
No, Mr. Kago, even though it's a minor, how was this kid killed? Nobody know the answer.
Exactly. So, I mean,
Mr. Kago, I think I read to 15-year-old man alone, a man with a people.
No, I understand, but what does the law say about minors? Okay, let's say it's a rape. What does the law say about them? About the minors committing crimes?
So here is the thing. Here is the thing where are they still emphasize? What are they still emphasize? This young man in life they are in danger right now. Whether he do am or he not do am, because of the powerful influences the way they don't Canadians. And when I look at social media about this issue, everybody, almost 99% of the people them very, very angry, and some of them they say let them go cut the boy in aid, when they not even convict the boy it. They don't know nothing absolutely. So this boy could also be a victim. We don't know.
Mr. Mankota, I go still ask me question. When you kill this beginner, nobody know they talk about that.
Well, all that is a part of the investigation, right? Unfortunately,
and they say neck broke. The neck broke according to the autopsy. What you broke in neck?
yeah.
See the connection with the Honda. I fell from the Honda. I see the connection when they are taken out to the hospital. And the hospital also make a big problem. They declare that the girl died upon arrival. But what do they do? What follow-up do they do? They take the body and hand it over to the parents back.
Yeah.
That's another area.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of gray area. We now that make us say we just need to be very careful. Let we emotion not make. Later we can't regret say we don't go kill an innocent person. And I'm not saying not to undo this, but until we find them guilty, let we be careful. Let we give that presumption of innocence for now until and also I want to emphasize the first lady need for chill out a little bit. I don't say make you not talk, but for give demands on the police, if they give pressure to the police, probably the police they do the wrong thing. Where probably they go make somebody in life lost. So let we just give the chance for make the police they do that. The picking on that already, they're not going to be able to bring again. So there is no rush on this.
I guess, and the evidence is destroyed. The evidence is destroyed. There's no evidence then.
I guess it leads to the investigation. When somebody brings somebody now dead on arrival, that first person is either the suspect. That Honda man will bring that picking day. Where they start from her.
Yeah, exactly. If not so, that Honda man go able give we a little bit of clue what happened, you know. Mm-hmm. But if indeed this speaking, if we don't know na Honda, I'm not saying na so it be, but if indeed if we don't know Honda, it could have been the cause of in death. You know, it could have been so, but let's give chance to the investigation for make it continue. And all the powerful people then way get influence, where they no say, where they talk, policeman they tremble, let them stay away from this case, let them wait, let the policeman do their investigation, finish them, then before ever they come. Based on the conclusion of the investigation, then they can now and say what they get for say, because already there is a clear indication of the investigation. So now that one the number I just want to say. So I thank you very much. May God bless we all, and I hope say Khadija will get justice by God's power, and at the same time that will give justice to the young man where they accused of this.
May God give Khadija good road, may go to heaven.
All right. So yeah. Well, until na 5-year-old, and obviously you don't commit a crime where they prevent her from going to heaven. So hopefully that will happen. Okay, guys, we'll see you back next week, the same time, the same place.